Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MLG ACL Pro 2K series, and we are here with game number 2 in this round 1 matchup between Original Sin and Cipher Union's S&D on Sovereign Myksta about to get underway. Of course, it is going to be Cipher Union up 1-0 in the series at the moment after that domination win by 13 points.
It's going to be interesting on this S&D. I mean, we saw both teams go off in that overall domination game. We might be seeing some cheeky plays here on the Sovereign, on the S&D. Different game type, of course, but I mean, some teams like to play different play styles. You might even see a cheeky bulldog come out.
Play it rough.
Yeah, play it rough. Play it slow. Depending on whatever floats their boat. Maybe the cheeky bulldog as well on top. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, whatever they do in their bedrooms, their own business. But we'll focus on what they're going to do here on the screens for us. And you are right. You know, a few players will have that bulldog out, and I'm sort of feeling that it may be a bit more B often than A. However, I have seen a few more teams again. You know, a map like Sovereign. There seem to be some more teams favouring A these days, and it's just the fact that a lot of teams don't really have that great of a defence set up for that A side of things. You know, you have one back research and one up high there on conveyor belt, and that's about it, really. That's your main defence for A. Yeah, the options are always like, you know, try and come out up from underground through green, you know, perhaps flank these guys, but there's not many other options you can really come out with in that sort of situation. But right now, game number 2, you know, this thing is looking sort of strong for Cipher after that second half of domination, but you can't really, you know, knock out Original Sin just as yet. The simple fact is that these guys do have some big names on their team. You know, Trent, as I said, Kitty, both veterans from the Call of Duty scene, and of course you do have Gundy as well. You know, he's been around, he's been making his name for a bit of himself for a little while there, and then Dizzle as well. You know, these guys are all names, but as I said, I hadn't seen much from Cipher beforehand until today, and what they showed me was they impressed me with that first game matchup. Hopefully they'll be able to impress me again now coming to this game number 2 here, and of course it will be that Cipher team on the attack for the first round. Let's cycle through the players, shall we? Let's just have a look to see what they're all running. Looks like we got a 3-in-1 combo, which is going to be the 1 AR, and we got a bulldog there from Kitty, and we got a 2 SMG. And looks like Dizzle's going to go out for that, but he's going to go with the thermal and the vector this time around. You got Gundy just for basic vector and red dot. I'm not a fan of the red dot and the vector myself, but that's just me. Trent's going to run with that AR, and I'm sort of assuming he might be sitting back on that research side of things or up there on top of conveyor belt trying to watch out for a few players on coming from either way here, Myksta. But you know, right now, well, as I said, he changes over to an MTAR right at the end there. But
changes again.
Just keep changing it up, you know, keeping everyone guessing. I'm sort of feeling with this sort of setup, I wouldn't be surprised if it was an A, because I'm just so used to seeing a bulldog from an attacking team go towards B. And as I say that, Darky does change to an R5 thermal.
We're just going to see which play they're going to want to make. We're going to see it straight off the break here. But Bio, if you just had to pick one player to look out for in this opening round to be the playmaker from the attacking team, pick one.
I'm going to go with Zen.
Bomb carrier, nice choice. See what
he's got to put the bomb down. You know, he's got to make the play.
It's going to be Nade's going to be going out into mid, of course. There's one's already there. Maybe then he gets taken down straight away, destroying all your hopes and dreams of that pick. But maybe. 3v3 situation right now. Oh, Nimble will get one over at that bottom mid, taking down Kitty. As you're going to be seeing the bomb still going to be down at the top of that yellow, but the bulldog is going to get picked up there by Nimble as well, so he's going to have that as a secondary. And he's going to try to pick up this bomb here. Of course, you can't see with Orca mode where these players are, and Nimble is about to run into one. He's able to pick up the bomb, he's able to get it out of there. 3v2 situation right now. Goodly and Trent need to play this defense and just hold that angle. They're going to be going most likely to B, but that could still mix up in the coming seconds.
As you'll see now, 1v3, Gundy all that's alive. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Gundy as he's just putting shots back towards that bottom catwalk side of things. One player on the map. Oh, there's the knife. Takes out the 2 peaks now on a 1v1 up against Flares. Bomb is ticking on away as he's going to have now just sort of fold back and just sit back here. You're going to have Flares. Flares now walking up towards trying to find any player, or the last player who's Gundy, but Gundy knows the bomb is down in that area. He's just going to sit back here and watch, and there's the shot, the 1v3 clutch. And Gundy comes out big for the first round there for that the Original Sin team. You know, a nice little start here to set the pace for the boys. Even though at the start there, you know, Cypher looking pretty strong as they did go 3-2 up there for a short while, but didn't last that long. So great work there by Gundy.
I just like to point out once again that he learned everything he knew of Call of Duty off me. Mini-me strikes again. But you know, it was a nice play by him. I mean, that 1v3 situation, as you called it, you know, they weren't looking too good, the Original Sin side, straight off that bat. But you know, this could just completely turn that momentum. It's their attacking round now. You're going to be seeing, of course, more Bulldogs coming into play here. Trent will take down Darky for the opening play. Trophy systems going to be going down as well, and the bomb is likely going to be planted here over on this bomb side as they're just trying to pick off these kills here. Nimble will take down Dizzle, and all these nades, just can hear them and see them exploding all across that B building.
As it becomes a 3v2, now a 2v2 situation happened the last time around as well. Goodney's getting face to face with one player. There goes poor Nimble, be quick as he is dropped fairly quickly there. As one player behind him at ladder. Gundy doesn't even realise all those shots coming behind him though. Kitty's here to help him out and trying to stay up. It's a Bulldog up against Flares. Flares didn't have the best of luck last time around. Let's see how it goes this time. On board with him now. With that R5 on the hunt. The bomb is down at B though. He has to try and find where Kitty's disappeared to. Trying to put out a little bit of milk and saucer there, but there comes Kitty with that Bulldog to come face to face with Flares. Flare, sadly, his second time around, not so lucky. Perhaps if it comes up to a number third time, he'll be able to get that clutch, but this time didn't happen. And the score 2-0 now for that original Sin team. Nice first few rounds here. All players on the board there. You know, it's only Darky from the Cipher team yet to get a kill, but still probably plenty of rounds to come.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I mentioned at the beginning of the last round, the total momentum just shifted there. We had an opening play there from, you know, Cipher. They just got shut down. And you're going to be actually seeing them actually rotating now to an A-side push. And, you know, you mentioned a lot of players don't really play a lot of A that time, and a lot of players don't really know how to defend it. You see there, Trent, he wasn't expecting it. He got shut down straight away. Now it's going to be that numbers game. Stun's going to be going in there. They're trying to rotate over. But maybe these days going to pick off some early kills there as they try to push on down once again. It is a 3v4 situation, and the bomb is down, so Original Sin now need to make something happen. But you notice now Dizzle is in a perfect opportunity to get a couple kills. He gets one, he gets the second one as well. And now there's only 2 players left. He's about to see another one. He gets it, and there's only one left. That is Flares. Can he make anything happen? No, he can't. And what a round by Original Sin.
You know, I feel very sorry for Flares. 3 rounds in a row, he's been the last one left, and 3 times in a row, he's just been unlucky enough to not be able to do much. And that time it was a harder one. You know, it wasn't a 1v1, it was a 1v3, and the bomb was down. He had to try and do something, but Dizzle really going off that round and picking up those kills that are really helping him out. You know, there's a nice little 3 down and that defusal. Back on the attacking side, and you were right, Mike. You know, that momentum swift has happened for Original Sin. Sin's just taking over right now. These guys are going to change things up and just try and come out for this A-bomb side of things, and let's see how their attack goes. And we saw Cipher do it a moment ago. They did get that bomb down pretty quickly there as well, but the protected ones did. As this is going to come out very quickly on the hunt for any players. Smokes are out, no trophies here, looking for any players. Does he won there back of A-Belt? Trent picks up 1 kill there. Gundy's got the bomb. Gundy's going straight down to get that bomb down for the boys. As Trent now on the hunt, looking for any players. 1 player tag inside that mid area. Knows the player there on the flank though. Flare and Zen pick up a nice little kill each. Dizzle now on a 1v3 once again here. Let's see what he can do. There goes one. There it's Flares. This time not left alive. Oh, and there's Darky. Nice shot coming up from him. Puts him on the scoreboard and a defusal there, Myksta. It's going to help now. Cipher get on the overall scoreboard to make it 3-1. And hopefully these guys will be able to fight back a little bit now.
He just wasn't able to make anything happen for that round. But 3-1's going to be the score line. We have Original Sin already being halfway there to actually taking out this win and, you know, even things up 1-1 in terms of the map count. But Cipher, they you know, if just all it takes is 1 round to just change that momentum. We saw it happen in round 1. We could see it happen maybe in this round just to change that dominant team overall in this map. And you're going to be seeing them now trying to push back forward, rotating back over to the standard B-side push. Nades and Concussion is going to be just charging on in. Nimble will take down Kitty for the first kill of the round. You actually do see one of the Original Sin players actually trying to be rotating around through the back as well. As you got Dizzle going to be taking down Darky. Zen sees him, he's able to clean him up, and they still need to push on forward through into this bomb side, but they've got the numbers now, so they could feel maybe a little bit more reassured, maybe not, because now it goes back into a 2v2 situation, and I mean, they're having second thoughts about going to B.
You guys see, yeah, now then he has that second force and he's come all the way back and around, going to head up towards that A side of things. Of course, you do have Gundy and Dizzle, both still alive, both top scoring for that Original Sin squad as well. Flares trying to protect his team out while that bomb goes down. There is a player who's pushing a very deep and distance flank. He's been spotted though, there's a shot coming out. He's tagged heavily, but Flares keeps him away, but there's that second teammate coming in, Dizzle. Help him out. Now Zen's by himself in a 1v1. You got 8 and 3 there from Dizzle on the scoreboard. Gundy's on 5 and 2. He's trying to get some more points of his own. One player's going to go straight for the bomb defusal here. Zen's worked this well. He's walking all the way around the map here. No one's really watching his team on the defuse it there. There's the shots. There's the kill. And right now, Zen staying alive long enough to keep these players away from that bomb. He is being charged from the left, and there it is there. Gundy hightailing it after him. A nice little deep challenge there, and that's going to let him pick that bomb up and defuse it to give these guys that bit more of a lead again now. 4-1 on the scoreboard it will now become. And a great few rounds here from Original Sin. This is what they need to do after that domination. They need to be a bit more dominant and you know, assert their dominance, so to speak, to come into a blitz game top if it does get that far. Right now it is looking to come, and it will happen. It, of course, will be an octane if it does, but you know, right now, Mike, I'm sort of feeling the Original Sin can wrap this one up in the next few rounds.
Possibly, but you always got to look at the bright side. At least that time around, Flares wasn't the last one alive to have to beat the odds. I mean, you can't always think about it like that, but I mean, you're going to be seeing the attacking rounds. The S&D game is definitely on a different level to the Cipher side at this current stage. You're going to be seeing them still have a 4-1 advantage, but shots going out. Cipher, to make me my words here, is they get a nice double kill to open it up here. As you're going to be seeing Gundi wanting to push on forward. Over on to the B bomb side is the last one left alive in a 1v4 situation. It's going to be tricky. He sees one, he'll get shots, he'll get the kill, and he'll need to make a decision where he wants to go, because with 4 players or 3 players up now, planting the bomb is really not going to be an option in his situation. He knows there's one below him. He's going to rotate around right here and tries to contest it, but didn't notice the player on the top of back blue, and he does get taken down. Another round to Cipher right there. You're going to be seeing the round in the kill cam here by Flares.
Gundi was pretty red as well. I have a feeling if he had jumped down, he would have killed him. So no matter what, he was pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. 2 players around him, 1 player coming from behind as well, back from their spawn. Back on the other side of things, Cipher now on that attack once again, quickly looking through their players, see what they're rolling out with. Looks like they're going to go for that A side of things now. I'm not too sure if it's a smart idea. Like I said, they did get the bomb down originally when they went for A, and it worked out okay in that regard. But other than that, the defensive, once it went down, wasn't there for them. Hopefully they'll change it up perhaps a little bit. The trophies will come into play as well as that bomb looking to get down very quickly here. Hopefully by Zen, as he pushes on up, his teammates are there with him to help protect him now. 1 player behind Tank, one's going to ride the Tank all the way across. There's some shots going out the tag. Trent picks up 1, there goes Dizzle on another on Darky now. The trophy's disappeared. It's a 2v4 situation here with the bomb with Zen right here at this A-bomb site. That's from behind. Now it's up to Flares by himself in a 1v4. He's going to get the 1 kill there. Dizzle just laying wait. 1 player still riding that tank across the top of Conveyor belt. Oh! Can't get the kill, but there's Gundi to jump across and say, how you going?
You actually notice at the beginning of the round, the original Sin side, they were like, you know what, we're going to have 1 at back research. We're going to also have 1 just watching over that mid side. They were prepared for an A side push. They still had a couple players over at that B side just in case, just in case something happened, they couldn't call it. But they had those players there ready to pounce, and they were able to pick off those kills, force the numbers game, and you see them right now, 5-2 scoreline. They're on map point.
They are Gundi now. I'm going to be more of him. He's got the bulldog, he's got the bomb, and he's heading very quickly now for B. We're looking for the rest of the players there as well. I think Dizzle might have been running a bit of overkill. Kitty's going to be inside there with the Vector suppressors. Trent watches that flank, and these guys are hunting for any few players. I know there's a few players around this side of things, though, at B. 1 player's got challenging here, and Gundi will get the assist to make sure it works. Another player there, there's the assist and a kill once again from a few players. Now it's the Flares by himself in a 1v4. This guy has to be sick of it. The amount of times he's been left alone to try and work out anything he can defend for his life. Bomb's going to go down thanks to Gundi back there repositioning on the B side of things, and there's the kill to finish up the round. Dizzle fixing it up, and the scoreline 6-2, which means the series will now become 1 apiece, and these guys will head into that Octane on Blitz, like I said, to decide who'll take it out. Dizzle 10-6, big game there indeed. 9-3 for Gundi with 2 plants as well. So big games across the board there for both teams in regards to the domination first, and now the S&D to follow. Blitz will be the decider. Who's going to take it out? Who are you feeling now?
I honestly don't know. I mean, Original Sin in that dominant, if you look back at the respawns, they started off great. They were playing pretty good in the first half, then they just let it slip. Cipher came out strong. The S&D, it was all Original Sin. You can't dispute that. It was all of them. They played amazing, and they took that one out. It's Blitz game, of course, different game type once again, but I'm just going to leave it to whoever makes a great opening break.
We'll have to wait and find out, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 about to come out in this best out of 3 series. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard. When we come back from this break, it'll be Octane on Blitz. Don't go anywhere. It's Blitz Octane. It's Original Sin up against Cipher Union in a final best out of 3 matchup. Of course, the series is title 1 apiece right now after Cipher Union picking up that domination win and then Original SinAU taking out that S&D moments ago. So here we are, Myksta, with the decider.
We're going to be pushing out, of course, early break, but we've got to jump on board with the players actually pushing on forward for the Original Sin side. You actually noticed they had a couple players off the break there, picking off a couple of kills, but Cipher were able to shut that one down straight off the bat. Gundi, though, he's going to pick off a kill now, rotates over to the capture point. One's going to meet him through the back, but can he dodge it, weave through the cars there? He won't be able to. And right now, we actually nearly have the Cipher team actually getting a couple of team kills right off the spawn, but that's okay, because you're going to be seeing Flare with the double, and that just makes everything better automatically.
Darky now trying to push up here on one of the players. Going to be Kitty pulling up another double of his own as well there to help him out, as a few players now trying to get first points on the board, and they scatter every which way around that map in the breaks. You're going to have Zen, top broken, looking around. There was a player pushing to his right. Called that to Flares there, as Flares now decides to challenge instead. There's players all left alive out there in that top hotel and the front of hotel from the Sin squad as they try and push on out. Now Darky's going to challenge this corner. There's Kitty still lying, but he finally gets taken out. Darky now has one in front of him, can't finish him off as 2 players were coming pressure with that respawn. Nimble, however, has pushed up a little bit here. It could cause a bit of damage if he just be a bit sneaky. A few players are around. I would have jumped top hotel if I could, but one player down at the bottom of the reception bar area looking for any which player, but still no one's got a capture here. And it's a minute 15 gone. Sort of like that's a weird thing to see on a map like Octane, because it's so large, few players can usually sneak through.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. I mean, you normally see a cap in the first 30 seconds, if that. I mean, and you know, so far we just haven't seen any. But that's just because these teams are just playing that good over at that defense, and they're trying to push on forward and they're trying to get these kills. Cipher, they seem to be the ones that, you know, getting more kills so far. You have Flares going 8 and 3 at the moment as he picks off another kill there on Gundi. One player from the Original Sin side is actually trying to rotate around, so let's see if we can find him. It's going to be Trent, as he's going to see one. He tries to go for the knife, but no. Unfortunately, does get taken down, and we're back over to a 50-50 possession.
Still here with Zen. Zen's had a nice little defensive side of things. He's on a 4-point streak. Let's just mention that. He's on 4-0, so makes sort of sense there. 3 players gone from his team now. Kitty once again gets a nice little 2-piece. Kitty's on 7-1. He's been a bit more aggressive now. He's just a few players out there. He's going to push up here on Dyna, but not going to challenge any further out. He's going to sit back and wait for these guys to come to him as his teammates try to push on through. It's a quarter now gone from this overall match, and still no caps have gone in. As you said, Mike, the defensive side of things from both these teams really on point. Sadly, you know, Kitty's actually going off for the team 7-1. The rest of the team not having the best of games, and there's the first capture finally going on through. Gordy snuck on in. He's 4-5. Trent not having the best of games right now. He's on 3-10. It's to try and figure out what he's doing wrong and try and change it up. So I'm just going to jump over the board to him now, as he's on just coming back out on the hotel side of things, hunting around for players who are maybe pushing up on him. He keeps seeing to have these challenge across map, and it's just not working out for him.
Going to be seeing him actually get taken down once again, as you have Nimble and Zen picking off 3 kills right there, as Kitty comes straight off the spawn at Back's club, and now he tries to come on forward, trying to just defend, but he wasn't able to pick off that kill before it actually happened to the cap, and he won't be able to pick off any kills at all. He does get taken down. Gundi will pick off one. Dizzle's there on defense. He'll get one of them on there, and he's just going to second one. There we go. We'll get it. And he'll be able to just get that defense for his team. But you notice the scores, it's 1-1. We got 90 seconds remaining in the half, Bio. And you notice the players from Cipher, we got Nimble on a 6 streak, and the rest of them, they're just, you know, just pushing straight through mid.
What a great first series to bring out this 2K series, you know, on behalf of MLG and ACL Pro. It's a great thing to see, you know, that domination was great, a nice little matchup. Yes, indeed, you know, have been a bit more one-sided, but right now, from what we're seeing so far on the Blitz, it seems to be very close. You know, it's only 2-1 on that scoreline. And, you know, you've got a few players from both teams going all right. Overall, if you look at the KD-wise, it is more of a Cipher game. But that being said, just the points that are being put up and the defensive side of things from Sin as well are really helping them out. You know, Trent's still struggling a little bit there, 4-15, but the rest of the boys have stepped their game up. Kitty's dropped down a little bit here, but here comes Gundi now. Gundi trying to sneak on through for another capture. There's a player behind him, though, doesn't check his corner. Sadly going to cost him his life. And off this respawn, a few more players coming on out. It's going to be Kitty inside of Dyna right now. 40 seconds left, 2-1 still in that scoreline here, Mike. So just looking through the players, no one really set up for another capture.
You're actually going to be seeing Kitty trying to rotate through the flank now, because the players of Cipher actually pushed on forward straight through store to go over to attack through that mid side. We'll be able to get this cap uncontested, and that's going to even up the scorelines back to 2-2. So, you know, maybe, you know, 20 seconds, someone might be able to push on over and get the last minute or last second cap, but at this stage, it's looking like that's going to be how the half's going to end, and I mean, from the way we've seen this series play out, I mean, that domination game, that S&D game, and now on this Blitz, the decider that's really deciding it all, who gets knocked out and who stays in this competition. I mean, having it tied is really just the best fit, and we're just all going to decide in that second half.
Especially in our first series for the day. A little bit of FPS lag on our screens there a moment ago, ladies and gentlemen. Not the stream, don't worry. It's actually the game or the Xbox One in general, who knows. But these guys are getting set up for the next 5 minutes coming up in just a moment. You know, hopefully Trent will be able to pick his game up a little bit there. You know, people might be saying, like, why are you giving Trent such a hard time? It's because Trent's a veteran. You know, he's been around for a while. He should be playing better than this, in my opinion. And you know, you should be Trent. He's probably not feeling that good himself. He's 6-16, -10, so he's going to try and pick his game up a little bit here in the second half to help his teammates out as well. But right now, these guys from Sin, you know, it's a KD-wise, it is a Cipher game, but, you know, as I've always said, it's not all about KDs when it comes to Blitz. It's about getting capture points in and helping your team out in that regards. And right now, you know, Nibble's going to sneak on through here. He might be able to come out for captures just to try and stay alive right now. A few players sitting right back there. He's 11-8 for his team as they are down by 1 cap right now, and they're going to set up a bit of the defensive side of things. Cipher, they know he's coming. There it is there. 3 down now with Zen, the only one left alive for a moment, trying to defend. But there's players all around from Sin looking to push on through. Well,
that's what we're normally used to seeing right here in these Blitz games. I mean, we've already seen 2 caps into the half. It hasn't even been a minute yet. These players are pushing on forward. You got Cipher just trying to play defense, but they're all getting taken down. A relay cap's going to happen. They're gonna spawn back over and run back over through that dino side, push back on forward to try and get another cap in. One player is watching it, but Dizzle should be able to push on forward. He's playing a little bit slow, but he should be able to get the cap in regardless if he wants to go for it.
Yeah, he knows the player there. He saw him pushing on up that right-hand side, and there's the shots there. Fly is playing very smart. But like you said, you know, the relays were happening for him, and it was working out all right. It got into a 3-point lead a moment ago. Now on a 2-point lead. Nimble's the only player from Cipher yet put caps on the board. He's 11-11, so he's overall, you know, it's all right. It's a normal. It's breaking even. It's what you want to sort of see. And 3 caps. You know, you're going to have flares 17-11. Wally's got a great KD there, and so does Zen, sort of thing, 13-7. They haven't got any caps, and you don't want just Slayer rolls happening in this sort of situation. You need more people running that OBJ. In Blitz, you only want the one main Slayer who's going, you know, their main role is just defend and get kills for you, while the rest of you guys are putting caps on the board, and that's what we see from Sin. They have Gundi on 3, Trent on 1, and also Kitty on 1. As I say, that Trent went up with number 1 capture as well. So, you know, that's their sort of setup right now is working more in their favour from what we're seeing than what Cipher's doing. Cipher, more players need to get in that OBJ work.
Going to be seeing the shots still going out. Those teams are just trying to push on forward, but that 7-3 scoreline is really just saying it all at the moment, with the team of Original Sin just being able to get the upper hand, getting these setups down back. They're doing exactly what they need to do, and shots still going out. And unfortunately, as I was talking them up, they did just get, you know, taken down. But, you know, they're still going to be pushing on forward. A nice kill there by Dizzle. They're getting set up for another cap in, but Cipher, they really just have something to say about it, and they're going to get a cap in for themselves as well.
So scoreline 7-4 with the last quarter now. 2.5 minutes left on this Blitz Octane matchup. 3-point lead to that Sin squad still, just like that. Cipher coming a bit more aggressiveness now. You know, Flares really cleaning up there. Nice little 2-piece. He's pushing up towards that capture point as well. Hunting down for a player. Nimble's having a stellar of a game right now. 14-13 with 5 caps by himself. Like I said, he's the only person doing that OBJ work. Flares is trying here though, but he's more or less slaying more often than not. As he sees a few players coming with that respawn in the back den and right-hand side of the things. I know he's down there though. He's going to sit back and wait. As Darky's now going to push on up. Zen's trying to defend here, does so nicely, but the damage has been done. Still that 3-point lead as Nibble tries to come on out once again. Flares, he's just slaying back here. You know, you might as well go for the capture while you're there. His teammates are coming on out as well. But right now, they need more points than they do kills.
I'm actually noticing from both of these two sides, you know, as you bring that one up, there's a player, or at least there was a player, of course they just got taken down from both of those sides, that is actually next to the capture point. They're able to get those kills, but they're actually setting up to try and get these kills and set up for their teammates to actually going for these relays. But at the end of the day, their teammates are nowhere near them. And by the time he could actually get that cap, he could probably run across with his team and then actually be able to get those caps at the same time. I mean, they're trying to set up, but without that backup, then it just becomes useless. And as you mentioned, they need these caps.
Yeah, look at Trent's doing. Trent is doing what he needs to do. You know, his KD was knocked down there. He was -10 at the end of this, at the start of this half. He's now -5, but he's got 5 caps to his name. It's a great way to really pick things up in that regard. You know, it's really coming out and helping his teammates out to, you know, change the map up and give these guys that advantage that they have. It's now a 4-point lead to them as more players are coming up and in and around. 40 seconds left on that clock As now Gundy's going to go back on in for a cap of his own now, as the enemy team do, but these guys are keeping that lead away from them. So a 4-point lead, they need 30.1 seconds to get a capture down. It's not going to happen, and that's going to be the guys from the original Sin squad taking out the win here on this Blitz Octane matchup. A great little work there to them here, Myksta, and it was a great series to kick things off here for the day.
Yeah, I mean, they worked on what they did wrong in that first map. They knew they let it slip. They knew they couldn't do it again, and you see them come out strong in that S&D, come out strong in this Blitz. They were able to take it out. They're going to go on to the next round. Cipher, unlucky. They had a good run. They did put up quite a fight, of course, especially in that domination, and now the Blitz as well. It's a 3-point game. It's definitely a great effort to them, but unfortunately, it wasn't their game for the day.
No, it wasn't indeed. But a big thing to Cipher, obviously, for showing up and trying things out. They did their best, but yeah, again, it wasn't on the day. It's a single elimination competition. So when it comes down to it, you only get that one shot to try and get your match done and try and keep on playing on through. If you can't win, you're not going to win. That's just the way it is. As we see there, it was good to see from Cipher's point of view, more players getting captures down there towards the end. There was only one player without a cap, and that's what I said you need to do. One player in the Slayer role, the rest of them working that OBJ. While it was pretty much Flare more often than not in that Slayer role, it would seem that Zen was meant to be doing that. He was +8 with no caps. But everyone from the original Sin squad really picked up a few caps there, and the overall 13 captures to them, with both Trent and Gundy picking up 5 captures each. And, that's what I wanted to see from Trent. Like I said, he was -10 at the start of that second half. He ended up going -5, but with 5 caps to his name, it makes up for that. And that's what I've always said, no matter what in Blitz, it's not all about your kills, it's about your captures. But if you are going -10 with no caps, that's just bad. You don't want to have that happening at all. You want to get some captures to your name. So a big thank you to both these teams for showing up today. That's going to be round number 1 done from this MLG 2K series, of course, brought to you by ACL Pro. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want your match casted all through the day, you can hit up ACL Beware or Myksta94. He'll be helping us find some matches throughout the day as well if your series is about to start. We're going to go for a short break right now. When we come back, we'll have another matchup. It'll be round number 2 from this series. Hopefully, when we find out who those teams will be, we'll let you know via Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ACL Pro, at Myksta94, or at Bio Acid. You'll be able to find out whose match will be casted up next, coming up here on MLG.tv/ACL.